Previously on Rad Rolls.
How about we keep our weapons? You open this gate for fucking lowball it. 5 caps.
The super mutant leads Clark in and closes the door behind. Clark, you enter a bridged area. At the end of the bridge, you see a couple of people, and one person starts running on their hands and feet, almost like a horse galloping, and comes up and sticks their finger at you and says, "You fell for the oldest trick in the book, and now you're gonna die for it, you stinking son of a bitch." So everyone but Clark is at long range. So in initiative May, you are first. I'll tell you the enemies that you can see. You can see the super mutant, but there is a raider. There's actually 5 raiders. There's the main one, a green, pink, blue, and yellow one. We're gonna go by colors: green, pink, blue, and yellow. The way the initiative will go is it's May, Clark, the leader raider, Buck, Lonnie, Pep, and then the green, pink, blue, yellow raiders. And then if the super mutant fights, it's last in the initiative. The super mutant though is like kind of stunned by the situation and doesn't really fully understand it. So actually, the super mutant is not trying to attack you yet, unless you wanted to attack the super mutant. It is kind of
the super mutant.
Yeah, it is. It does not understand the social. I don't think the super mutant fully understands what's going on.
So my minor action is I'm gonna pull out my pipe pistol.
Okay.
And let's see if I can do this right. So so Hazel hears the combat starting, even though she can't see it. And they were expecting something to happen, not necessarily this, but they're on guard. So she pulls out her pipe pistol, and she sees that the other targets are starting to become hostile, that they're moving at the same time as all of the sounds of battle are starting to erupt.
Yeah,
and
I would say so.
And she's just a little bit faster than the one wearing green. So she takes aim at center mass and fires. Yeah, my pipe pistol is not very accurate. The range is, it's not. Well, let's put it this way. She really wants a syringer. One of these days she'll have a syringer.
Put it in the Santa Claus list.
Oh yeah, no. She's dreamed of the day she'll be able to hit something at 500 yards and make it, into a whimpering, simpering mess with science chemicals. But for right now, the pipe pistol isn't exactly a long range weapon, so I'll go with a difficulty of 3 because it is one of my tag skills.
Yeah, I think that's great. Difficulty 3 is for long range. I think 2 is for medium. 1 is for close. That's the way that I'm going with this with this encounter.
I rolled a 2 and a can't tell. That's a 7. A 2 and a 7. So I think that's 4 successes.
Yeah. So you get 1 extra AP, and you were aiming for the Green Raider over there, the Green Ranger. Roll your damage dice now.
All right. Do I need to roll where I managed to hit them? I do have that nifty little dice that says torso, head.
If you want to. Yeah, that would be great.
Headshot.
Great. What's your how much?
The damage is so I rolled 2 of these guys, right?
I think for for whatever your pipe pistol says, I think it's 2.
Okay. So one's a blank and one's a Vault Boy head.
Okay. So that is 1 damage with an effect. Yeah, you hit the Green Raider right in the head. And it kind of like grazes the side of it a little bit, and it's enough to leave a gash. It's not a direct critical or anything, but a bleeding head wound is pretty severe. So there you go. Clark, you were next in the initiative.
Yes. Which one threw the rock?
That would be the raider leader. I'm calling him Reckless Rick.
Okay, Reckless Rick. Can I move into close range near my sword first for my minor action?
Yes.
Then from there, I would like, and from there, I'd like to take a shot at whatever, Reckless Rick.
Yeah, do difficulty 1 small guns plus agility at Reckless Rick.
Okay. Oh, and it's tagged, so 2 successes.
Now, so this is just a rules question. The tag skill, you get 2 successes if it's at or below the number of ranks you have? Or do you get this? Like, I might be wrong on this, but what was your agility was 8 and your small guns was 3?
Yes.
So 11 or lower would be a success, but 3 or lower would be 2 successes. Is that how that works?
I have no idea, actually.
Let me check.
Because I thought it was that was the reason you wanted to try to get your skills up, because you would hit a bonus success on that.
Each d20 that rolls equal or less than your target number scores 1 success. If the skill you're using is a tag skill, then you score a critical success. Each rolls equal or less to your skill rate. So you have it correct. So if I had gotten 3 or lower, that would have been 2 successes. But as it stands, it's 1 success. We have definitely been playing wrong the whole time.
Yes. Yeah, yes. Yes, we've been playing wrong the whole time. But that's fine. That's fine.
Just ignore it.
It's all about the adventure.
Ignore it.
And the one thing that we
right
also
now.
have been doing wrong, is we have been AP is supposed to be used before you roll, and luck is supposed to be used after you roll. So like if you roll for a difficulty 2 action, but you want to spend an AP to make sure you do it, you got to say that before you roll. But if after you roll, you're like, I want to re-roll one of my dice because I screwed up something, luck can be used to do that. Or if you want to add a dice, I'm gonna say that can be a house.
When does luck refresh?
Exactly. Yes.
Luck for me in this game is going to refresh. Right now, it's every time you rest until everyone starts abusing that, and then it's going to change.
Okay. Got it.
Fair enough.
Got it.
Okay, I rolled a 5, a 6, 2 4s, and 2 2s. I found it.
Okay.
I rolled.
Yeah.
So I got 2 damage, got 4 damage, and 2 effects. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, you got actually it's 1 damage plus the damage effect triggers. So you did a total of 6 damage to Reckless Rick over here.
That's a crit.
That's awesome.
So you fire off this gun at this raider, this Reckless Rick fellow. And it shoots right through. He has these little goggles on, and it shoots right through the eye of one of his goggles and breaks it and goes through. And he holds his eye, and you can see the cracked glass and blood everywhere, and screams out, "You'll pay for that!" And he can't see now. He's having trouble seeing clearly. So that's your turn. Next, we're gonna move on to Reckless Rick here. Okay. Clark, you're in close range because you moved to close range, correct? He's gonna be attacking Clark with his machete here. Reckless Rick attacks. It has his eye kind of held, and so he reaches out and he actually takes his machete and slashes wildly at Clark, and harms Clark for 2 damage, and it's piercing, so it ignores your armor, Clark. Next up in the move is Buck. Big boy Buck.
All right. Well, Buck, not to be one who runs from a fight as a true American, he's going to use a minor action to pull out his pistol and take aim at the nearest guard.
You have a choice of pink, blue, yellow, or green. They're all at the same range. They're all at long range.
We'll take out pink.
Okay, go for the pink one. Go ahead and roll small guns plus agility, difficulty 3.
7 and 9.
Okay. Was that? What was your skills again?
Skills was I do not have small gun skill, but I have an agility of 5.
Okay, so you actually miss your shot.
Yeah,
You do
I
not
figured.
miss your shot. All right, moving on. I think next up in our rotation is Lonnie. Lonnie, you're at long range.
So-
What are you doing?
So we have this issue where we have a gate between us and the and where we need to be.
Mhm.
I'm not much of a negotiator, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get this super mutant to open the gate for us, regardless of how much we sweeten the deal. So I'm just going to have to try to take a shot from my range. So I'm going to use my minor action to draw a laser pistol, and I'm going to try to take a shot. Now, thankfully, I'm trained in energy weapons.
Proud of you.
Not that it matters, because I rolled a 16 and an 18. And I don't think any amount of luck is going to resolve that. So, stop! Pew!
I love how we can't hit giant green mutants.
Talking.
Well, there's just
He's
the
a-
one giant green mutant, but
And it's not
Yes.
attacking
Shot one in
anyone.
the
he's
head.
neutral.
Yeah. It's kind of dumb.
All right, so here's my plan. Let me know if this is something that's feasible. Quick action, big action, that kind of thing. So as stated, we are facing the gates. It's like a bridge, right? Or is it just kind of we're on a pathway toward the gate?
It is a bridge, and then there's kind of a gate to the bridge, so the wall goes in front of the bridge. The river is kind of like you can't cross it unless unless you can swim in water. And so the bridge is right there. Yeah.
Here's my idea. I assume as we pulled up to the bridge that Maybelline is facing the gate.
Yes.
I would like for my quick action to be to take out my pipe wrench.
Okay.
And I would then like to jam it on the gas pedal of Maybelline and send Maybelline moving forward toward the gate. Sure, it's only 10 miles per hour,
I've
but
thought about this all week of like, wouldn't it be crazy if, and this was one of my scenarios, and I was like, wouldn't it be crazy?
Oh, that's wild.
Okay.
at the very least, it's moving cover for us to get closer. Maybe we'll get lucky and it's a very poorly made gate and Maybelline will smash through. But that's what I would like to do for my action.
For your action, I'm actually just gonna have you do a roll of oh man, I'm gonna have you do a roll of perception plus the piloting, driving. I think it's piloting.
Okay.
It's your
Yeah,
skill.
pilot. So pilot is a tag skill 3, perception
Yeah.
is a 6.
And it's gonna be a difficulty 2.
Okay. I got a 3 and an 11, so that's one success.
Okay. I'm going to give you a mixed outcome for this. So
And it is okay.
You
So
have 3, so it should be 2 successes, right?
it's 2
Is that what
successes,
you're thinking?
right? Because my pilot is 3, and it's a tag skill.
okay, great.
Learning.
Then you get a full success for this.
Yeah.
So Pep, you set this wrench on the gas pedal, and when you do, the car lurches forward a bit. The thing about the engine that Signal gave you is, even though it's one cylinder, it's pretty consistent. What happens is your car goes through this gate and breaks it open, and a piece of makeshift metal comes onto your car, and it actually sticks to your passenger side window, where you happen to have various amounts of stickers that are about, and it begins to drive across the bridge at its own pace. Clark, I need you to roll perception plus athletics, difficulty 2.
So perception is 5. Athletics is 2, so I'm looking for 7. I rolled a 1, but the other was a 12.
So this car goes. Everyone's really confused because the bridge is only so big, and it turns out that this piece of metal that's stuck to the car covers the whole length of it. Even though it's moving slow, people don't know what to do, and Clark and all of the raiders take 2 piercing damage from the car as it barrels across the bridge to the other side.
Barrels.
Careens.
Its presence is just so ominous to these folk. They're like, we don't know what to do. But that's kind of what happens. Is it harms them for 2 damage across the board. That is quite the attack. Now Maybelline is across the bridge, and kind of out of your reach, beyond the crew there. And so next up is the Green Raider. All right, the Green Raider is going to try to attack Hazel because Hazel tried to attack the Green Raider. From now that the oh yeah,
There can
now
only
that
be
the
one
bridge is
green.
down.
That's the...
Can only be 1 green. Now that the wall is down, the people that are at long range are now at medium range, though. Changes that. Clark is still at close range. All right, the Green Raider aims at Hazel with kind of an anxious fury from the head gash that it received. They fire at Hazel and hit her in the leg for 2 damage. So if you have armor, you can... it's not piercing, so if you have armor, it can absorb however much your armor is. So I think you have 1 armor, right?
I think so, yeah. I think
so
it's 1 armor.
You just take 1 damage.
Okay.
The other raiders are in close range to a certain Clark, and so unfortunately, they're all going to go after you.
Man, I really wish I had the sword. The sword has parry.
The Pink Raider tries to attack you, Clark. The Pink Raider actually falls on her face entirely. The Pink Raider also rolled 2 20s. It like tries to slash at you and then just keels over on the ground. The Pink Raider is down and is not going to take a turn on the next initiative. The Pink Raider is done. Let's check on the blue and yellow here. All right, the Blue Raider attacks you with their tire iron for 2 damage, Clark.
Okay.
And they hit your torso.
Oh, then I take no damage. VR.
Excellent. You kind of like, you get hit with this tire iron and just kind of boings off you. Yeah. And let's do the Yellow Raider. And they go to hit you with the tire iron and they just whiff. They like see the boinging and they absolutely whiff it entirely. It looks like they're gonna hit, but it just like whiffs it all up. So that brings us back to the top of the initiative here. Hazel, I believe it is your turn in the initiative.
Thank you very much. I am going to at medium range attack now. I'm going to take another shot with my pipe pistol at the Green Raider.
Sounds great.
So I'm at a closer range. Does that change how many damage dice I do, or?
No, that just changes the difficulty of it. Everything is difficulty 2 now at medium range, and if it's at close range, it's difficulty 1.
Okay, so I am taking my bonus action to actually aim for his head.
Great.
And I have rolled a 3, so on 1 dice. Hold on. And I rolled a 4 on the other, so that's 4 successes.
Great.
Yikes.
So 2 damage dice.
Yep.
2 Pipway heads. So 2 successes with complication.
You fire your pipe gun at the Green Raider, and the Green Raider has this gash coming out of their head, and as you fire, they kind of like duck to the side, but they duck to the wrong side and put their head right in front of where the bullet is coming, and the bullet it pretty much explodes their head. And the Green Raider is now Dunzo.
Now they're red and green raider.
Christmas Raider.
Clark, I believe you're next.
Yes. Okay. All right,
We're getting
so
faster.
for my minor action, I would like to pick my sword up off of the ground.
Sounds great.
And then, I think my first attack is going to have to be on roll Reckless Rick here.
Okay, sure. Difficulty 1. That's strength plus melee weapons for sword, right? Check and see.
Yeah, let me see here.
I think it's strength plus melee weapons.
All right, so strength is an 8 and melee weapons is a 4 and a tagged skill.
Good.
Okay, I only got 1 success, but that's all I need.
That's all you need. Roll your damage dice. How many do you have to roll?
I have to roll, I think another... Oh, just 4. Just
Okay.
4. 2 damage with 1 effect, which is piercing.
You attack Reckless Rick in the right leg and kind of like splash at his calf, and it kind of knocks him off balance for a little bit, but he's kind of like back to it in his because he walks on all fours, as we all know. Reckless Rick tends to
Good old Reckless Rick.
use the hands and the feet. Yes. Next up is Reckless
Actually-
Rick himself.
Do y'all mind if I use one of our banked AP to try and kill this pink raider that's on the ground?
Yeah, go for it.
Absolutely, please.
Okay. Can I guess I'll use okay, so I can use 2 AP to take an additional major action.
Yep.
And attack the guy who fell on his face.
What are you attacking with? Sword?
Sword still, yeah.
Okay. Roll again. Strength
Got it.
plus melee weapons.
I got 1 success again.
Great. Do you damage?
And that time I did 3 damage.
Okay, so where do you want to hit them? I'm not gonna roll for that because they're on the ground and you get to pick.
Honestly, they're prone. I'm going for the back of the neck.
Okay, yeah. You pull out. This is like Attack on Titan. You pull out your sword and just like slice off the back of their neck, and like it's like Mortal Kombat style, and it's just like spinal fluid everywhere. It's a total mess. In fact, it's almost like if there's more blood, it's going to be a little bit slippery. And the Pink Raider is definitely dead. So Reckless Rick is next, and he's going to be attacking Mr. Clark. Raider Psycho, or Reckless Rick, attacks Clark with his machete for 6 damage.
6
snap.
damage.
Oh,
All right,
snap.
guys. I'm gonna have to spend another of our group AP, and my sword has parry, which will make it add +1 to my defense against that attack. I don't know exactly what that means, but
+1
see him
defense
figure it
means
out.
that he would have to have 2 successes.
we have 2 successes.
I do not have 2 successes. I rolled a 20 and a 5.
Ooh, he misses. Oh
Woo
god.
doggy. Woo
Oh,
doggy.
God.
Woo doggy.
That would have put me at 0 hit points.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So, Reckless Rick attacks you, and you masterfully, like a swashbuckler on a pirate ship, pull out your sword and block it like it's Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker sitting on the Death Star. I don't know how many more metaphors I'm gonna make, but that's essentially what you do.
I
You just-
imagine Parker's pretty beat up, so I imagine he's kind of like be holding his ribs with one side and is just fighting with one-handed sword at this point.
Yes. Buck, you are up next in the turn order.
All right, let's do it. So I assume Pinky is gone.
Pink and green are gone. The only people left in the fighting order are the Reckless Rick, Blue Raider, Yellow Raider.
I think I will take aim at Blue Raider and give it a shot.
Okay. Small guns plus agility.
Yep. So that is 5, a 4, and a 9.
So you get one success.
One
right?
success.
Yeah. So you try to fire your 10mm pistol, and again you miss. And
I'm scaring him though.
At this point, your pit boy awakens to the red screen and says, "Americans never miss," and then it powers down. The next up in the order is Lonnie. Hey bear.
Hey, bear. Hey bear. It's like you're saying hello to a bear. Hey bear. One of these people that entrusted me with leadership at Rising Sun Settlement's getting their butt whipped right now. So I think instinctually, and Lonnie's never killed a person, so, but instinctually, I don't think Lonnie can abide this. I'm going to use my minor action to actually get closer in lieu of taking time to aim. I'm actually just going to get closer, and I'm going to try to unload on Reckless Rick here.
Go ahead and roll difficulty ones. Perception plus energy weapons, I think, for laser pistol.
Yep. Oh my god, that is an 18 and a 19 and a 10. I'm going to spend a luck point to re-roll one of those d20s, and that's a 12. So I miss.
Yep. You go to fire off your laser pistol, and I mean the worry of killing another human kind of like overcomes you a little bit, and your hands start to get a little shaky, and you miss hitting Reckless Rick.
It's a little panicky. I'm used to like fist fights, but this is I'm a little bit out of my element here. Plus, I saw someone get their spine just like separated with a sword. So there's a lot going on in Lonnie's head right now.
All right, Pep, you're up next in the order.
All right, so Pep, being a very smart person, he's observing that the super mutant is still neutral, correct? The super mutant is not taking any aggressive stance at all.
He's kind of just confused. He's like, oh, I don't know. Super mutant not know.
So Pep's going to position himself with the super mutant in between himself and the gate and the raiders.
Okay.
And he's gonna ask the super mutant, do you have a name? What do they call you?
All right, I've got that. The super mutant looks at you, and he's like kind of confused, and looks at you and says, Bobby.
Bobby, okay. This is a little bit out of Pep's realm, but this is the idea he's going with. Pep is going to yell as loud as he can, "What's that, Bobby the super mutant? You said you're going to tear all of their heads off if they don't surrender right now? Wow! I wouldn't want to go against a mad super mutant. I'd surrender if I were those guys."
So what is the outcome that you wish from this? What are you trying to have happen here?
I would love to have the what is it, 2 remaining raiders? 3 remaining raiders?
Uh-huh.
I'd really want to try to see if they would surrender based on the super mutant threats of maybe tearing their heads off.
It is a difficulty to do that. It is a difficulty 5.
All right.
Charisma plus.
Probably
I'm
speech.
actually gonna change it. No. I'm gonna say it's strength plus speech because it's an intimidation.
Fair enough.
5.
Okay, I'm kind of good. Strength of 7 and my speech is 2. All right, so let's.
If you wanted to spend AP points, I'm not sure how
5
many
more
you have.
d20.
I volunteer all of our AP points for this to work.
We have 3 in the pool left.
Yes, correct.
I'm
Do I
fine
have
with
everyone's
using all
permission?
3.
Yep, absolutely.
Go for
Does
it.
that
All
give
I
So
love
use-
this plan, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So here's the deal.
That
Here's
gives me
the
another
deal.
roll, another dice.
Here's
You
the
can
deal.
use up to 3 more d20 if you want. We're telling
Okay.
you.
Do you have any AP?
I do have 1 from last
Okay.
session.
So to buy more, it's I think 1 AP can buy you an extra dice, and I think 2 AP can buy you your 4th dice.
Yeah, it costs 1, then it costs 2, then it costs 3.
So you don't have enough to hit the 5. But in the homebrew rules for this, if you roll successes for all 4 of those, I will allow you to roll a 5th one to continue it, because I'm not trying to break any streaks. If you're rolling hot with this, then it's good. So that is the homebrew rule for this of the high difficulty things.
Yeah. Okay. So I can use. I have everyone's permission to use our AP points.
Please. Oh, I hope
Okay.
this works. This would be so
Oh,
exciting.
yes.
All right. So I'm doing this in the dice roller. So 4d20.
Okay, a 1, a 12, and a 3.
Oh,
3,
one
that's...
off.
Yeah, you're 1 off. I'm gonna give you a mixed outcome for this. Just because I like your tenacity, Pep. So, continue on trying to get another line in there of you trying to convince these people. And that's how you're going to get your mixed successes. You're going to try to do a little bit more convincing that the super mutant's coming after him.
All right. So I'm gonna add a line like, and what's that? There's more super mutants on the way that's gonna kill everyone anyway. So we got to get out of here as quickly as possible. Oh my gosh! Thanks for mentioning that, Bobby. Either way, we're all gonna die, right? Unless we get out of here right away.
What happens is the raiders hear this, and Reckless Rick kind of gets a little scared. He doesn't run away, but he gets a little fidgety. But he looks a little worried, and he yells, "Bobby, I swear to God, I brought you into this world, and by George, I can take you right out of this fucking place. If you turn on me now, there's nothing I'm willing to do. Well, I'm willing to do everything. I'm not thinking straight. I got this fella with the big sword here, and if you fuck me on this, it's not gonna end well for you, Bobby." And so he says that to Bobby, and Bobby hears that, and Bobby is holding his mace, and he takes it and he flings it at Reckless Rick, and says, "Bobby, quit." And,
Oh no.
Go, Bobby,
Oh,
go!
Go, Bobby!
Bobby's now gonna roll strength plus throwing.
Sounds like Bobby is looking for gainful employment.
Bobby tries to. Bobby rolled 2 20s. Bobby tries to throw the mace, and it ends up flinging it out and hitting him in his toe, and so now he falls over in the ground and he has hurt himself.
See, again, I get excited because I'm from 5e, so I'm like, oh yeah, double net 20! No.
Bobby is like down for the. Bobby's not helping anybody. Bobby's down for the count. Bobby's confused. He's already confused. This person yelling at him about what he might do. Now he's trying to quit his job, and then he throws his mace. It's a mess. So Bobby is unfortunately out of play. Them's the dice rolls, I suppose. Next up is the Blue Raider. The Blue Raider's gonna try to attack Lonnie because Lonnie's in range here.
I'm defense 1.
The Blue Raider tries to attack Lonnie, and the Blue Raider falls on the ground again.
Yes,
because
another of my prey.
It's very slippery here.
The Blue Raider rolled a 19 and a 20. So the
You're
Blue
rolling
Raider is-
hot.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, he almost killed Clark in 1 turn, so he's getting some things going over there.
My damage dice are great for what I'm doing, but my actual rolls are not. So the Blue Raider falls right in his face. He with his tire iron out. He's just like, everyone's confused. There's been a mass confusion. Some Pokemon came along and was like, confusion. Next up is the Yellow Raider. The Yellow Raider's gonna try to attack. The Yellow Raider looks at the Blue Raider and is like, what the heck's going on? Tries to attack Lonnie. Yeah, the Blue Raider hits Lonnie with his tire iron. Hits Lonnie for 4 damage.
Oof. Where's location?
Left leg.
Left leg. Oof. I'll absorb some of that, but...
And now, Super Mutant's out of commission. Can take him out of initiative. Now we're back to Hazel.
Okay, so Hazel sees how many targets at the moment? Because I know
There's
there's
Reckless Rick. There's the Blue Raider that is down on the ground, and there's the Yellow Raider. Pretty much, these people are like falling over like dominoes, and Clark is just going along and sticking swords. like it's like,
Fair
like
enough.
it's a picnic or a barbecue, and he's like putting little smokies on a toothpick.
so blues, yellows down, blues down, yellows up.
Yes.
So I'm going to take aim at yellow, center mass.
Sounds great.
That's it's a tag skill. I have one hit, so one success, so it's actually 2 successes. 1 hit and 1 hit with a complication. Right leg.
The Yellow Raider gets hit in the right leg and then kind of like leans over and holds it. And it seems like that they're on kind of their last limb here, figuratively. They are not looking too good at the moment. Next up is Clark.
Yeah, I mean, as much as Clark would like to finish off Raider that has fallen on the ground, I think he got a little spooked with how hard Reckless Rick tried to hit him last time, so I think he's going to have to try and go in for the kill on Reckless Rick here. Actually, what I'm going to do is use my minor action to draw my pistol again, because it does a little bit more damage, and I'm going to try and shoot him.
Yep, do difficulty 1, small guns plus agility. And I think that pistol of yours has some like real Punky Brewster action to it.
Let's see here. Agility 8, small guns 3, so I need 11 or lower. I roll a 19, 14, so I do miss.
Do you want to spend the luck point?
Yeah, okay. I think that's a good idea. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's spend a little luck. I ain't got much, but I got a 2. So I get 2 successes, and I get an AP. Let's see here. 4 damage with 2 of the special effects, which is vicious. So do a total of 6 damage. Wait, I get to roll 2 more. I forgot I get 6 dice for this. That was only the first 4.
Oh, yeah, do that.
Okay, I do a total of 8 damage.
Yeah. What you do is you pull out your what's your gun? Your 44? Is it a 44? You pull out your 44 and you shoot a shot at the Raider's right arm, and it makes contact, and the right arm literally rips off of this Raider. And so much that it's like lay on the ground back in the other end. Listen, there's dark comedy and brutality and Fallout, so we're gonna get a little bit of mix of both here. The arm rips off and kind of lays back, and he's holding it. Unfortunately, this Raider cannot make a melee attack anymore because of the lack of his arm, and he's also blind as well.
Can Clark make a comment on this?
Clark can make a comment on this, yes.
Clark is still holding his ribs from where he got kind of beat up from the car and Reckless Rick's first attack. He shoots off Reckless Rick's right arm, and he just looks down and says, "Stay down, you motherfucker."
Roll charisma plus... Actually, roll strength plus speech, please. Difficulty 1.
Let's see here. I think I can roll pretty good for this too. I have an 8 in strength. My speech is 3, so I need an 11 or lower. I get an 11, 6, so 2 successes there.
Yeah. When you say, what did you say? Stay down, motherfucker. Is that what you told me to say? Reckless Rick, with his arm off and his eye completely shot out, looks at you and drops his weapons. And he, Blue Ranger's still laying on the ground. Yellow Ranger, is still
not very reckless of him. I got to be honest.
Seems like he's into safety right now.
Seems like his name should be Pragmatic Rick or Realistic Rick.
I've cut his calf. I have made him blind, and I've shot off an arm.
And if you tell him to stay down and you roll a charisma success, Reckless Rick, it's kind of like calling a bald guy curly. Like,
His name should be reassessing his situation, Rick.
maybe. So Reckless Rick says to tells them to put their guns down. And Reckless Rick looks at you and says, I'm at your mercy, oh sordid man. Please do not hurt me anymore.
Does that end combat?
Yes.
Okay.
They've surrendered.
Hey!
First thing I want to do is shove off the machete. Use my sword to sort of push off the machete so it goes into the water. That way he can't try anything stupid.
Yeah, you just do that.
And from there, still looking down at him, holding the sword, I guess kind of like to his neck, I tell him, look, you're going to give us everything you got. We're going to power down our ways, and I'll leave you with your lives.
Hey, it's your favorite GM of this podcast in particular, Dave here. I just have a few announcements to go through this week. The first announcement is, this is, I believe, episode 5 of the show. We're actually going to take a week break and come back to it. This is kind of the end of the intro arc, where I wanted to take some time to do some different scenarios, learn a little bit about the characters, give them some interesting problem solving, and see how they develop over time. It's also a great opportunity for us to learn the rules. You probably heard us do a few misses in the beginning of this episode. So next week there won't be an episode, but after that there'll be a new one every Friday. We're going to do a big arc. It's going to cover a lot of different areas in Old Nolans. It's going to be a lot of fun. I believe a lot of the characters that people have submitted on Extra Life are going to be included in some of those arcs. It's a great segue to let you know that we are raising money for New Orleans Children's Hospital through Extra Life. $10 will get you a shout out in the show, and $40 will get you a location or NPC named after whatever you want. This week, I'm going to say that you're going to name a character Marvelous Miss Maisel, and it's going to be a comedian that runs clubs in All Nolans. That is not taken from any pre-existing show or property. That is an original thing that I made up right now. This week, I want to say a very special thanks to donors to our program that are Wes, Aki, Nermal, and Newton. Really, thank you all so much for your kind and generous donations, and all of those folks are going to get specialty characters named after them in the show. That's a pretty exciting thing. Note to rate and review our podcast on iTunes and Spotify. This week, I'm going to be reading out some reviews here. The first one is from Parbrand 2022. It says, 5 stars. Hello, I heard your show in the Fallout Hub episode. Can't wait to get to the new episodes and follow this podcast. I heard about the Fallout video game series, and I heard this on the Fallout Lorecast too. Oh yeah. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Next one is Jolly Anchor King. 5 stars that say, the setting and premise are immediately super interesting, the player characters are diverse and interact well together, and the DM does an amazing job with pacing and making the world feel alive. All of this for a great cause too. It doesn't get much better than this. It's all really kind, really nice. So if you want to get your review read in the show, go ahead and give us a 5-star review on iTunes. And while you're there, if you listen on Spotify, give us 5 stars in there. Hopefully one day they'll be able for you to write a review. That seems like something they would do. You can also follow us on social media at RadRolls. We're going to be putting up a bunch of different things. We've gone through all of our character listings. We're going to start talking about the world on social media. I reached out to Jared and asked him if there was anybody that he wanted to shout out, and he said that he had an artist friend that he wanted to shout out this week. So I want to shout out the Amber Archer. That's at _Amber Archer on Twitter. It's an artist friend of Jared who makes awesome handmade dice and art. I've included the link in the episode description, so if you're looking for a good little gift for yourself or someone you love, this is a great option. We're going to kind of use this as a little bit of a community board here for the things that the other players have going on, things that I have going on, people that we want to shout out. And we're going to open it up here to the larger community between the TTRPG stuff and the Fallout community. It's going to be a nice little segue between the two. So I'll let you get back to the episode. Remember, next week, no episode, but the week after that, we're really getting started in Old Nolans. So I will talk to you all then. So Rick looks at you and he says, listen, man, we
Well, I mean, we just got here. I got, I went to the dome and I got the janitor as kind of the muscle, but I tried to convince him he was my friend, and we uh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just looking to make a quick buck. So here's your caps back. We didn't plan this out, so we nobody really has much money around here.
Ugh.
And so he reaches into his pocket and pulls out 5 caps and hands you back 5 caps, and then says, but I do have this thing, and he pulls out a pieces of paper from his back pocket, and it turns out that it is a copy of a magazine that is Backwoodsman, which you can find on page 173 of your book. So I'm going to have you roll a d20, Clark, for what issue you get of Backwoodsman.
Rolled a 3.
Roll a 3. So you get Down Home Cookin' version of Backwoodsman. And this gives you an extra, anybody that holds Backwoodsman, Down Home Cookin', gets an added +2 damage dice to a thrown weapon attack, other than an explosive.
Does it get, do I like consume it like right away, or can
No. It's I'm going to call it a held item, like
Okay.
a trinket. And you can hold, I mean, if you wanted to just like start collecting magazines, you could.
Okay.
It's not a consumable. The Reckless Rick kind of looks at you and he says, please, oh sworded man, oh man of the sword and way of the pistol, please let us go now. This is all that we have.
Mayor Lonnie, it's up to you.
Mayor Lonnie's still a bit in shock, and was, Clark had kind of taken the lead on this thing and was negotiating, and I don't think Lonnie had enough about him to even step in until you actually called his name. Like, oh, right. So what are you three planning on doing after this? I mean, are you going to continue to do this? Is it a good idea for us to let you go?
Reckless Rick is going to die, man. He has no arm.
He doesn't know that yet.
Just give him a stim pack. It repairs limbs.
I ain't giving him a stim pack. You kidding me?
That hit me really hard.
Yeah. He was rude to me, therefore he must die. The American way.
He also made Clark drop his sword, which is a big no-no.
It's dirty now. Come on. He must die.
I think if Clark was not with the group, he would have already killed all 3 of them.
So Reckless Rick looks at Lonnie, who asked them what the 3 of them were doing, and the other 2 are kind of looking to Reckless Rick for it. And Reckless Rick kind of looking at Lonnie is like, I don't know, getting the fuck out of here. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing. I'm gonna. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to do?
Well, if you're just going to continue to do this, set up these roadblocks and try to waylay people, then it doesn't make much sense for me, an official of the Brotherhood of Steel, to abide that.
Well, what do you think I should do? What do you think? You know how hard it is to make money here. We just can't do that. It's not feasible for what we're trying to do. I mean,
What are you? Why do you need money? What is it that you're purchasing? What is it that you need?
Can I ask a quick question? Do they look like hardcore raiders, or do they look like assholes that are just trying to survive?
Way to get right to the meat of the matter.
Believe it or not, both.
Huh.
Say the word. I will kill them.
All right, they look like assholes. Okay.
They are trying to do the point was that they had a toll bridge that they were running.
Yeah.
And so like most raiders attack just like, I'm going to kill you and take your stuff. And these people were like, we're going to make a toll bridge.
Apparently not successfully if they have only my 5 caps.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to figure out is, like, why do they need the caps? Are they trying to eat? Are they trying to get drugs? Are they what is it that they are trying to purchase?
Rick kind of looks at you and is like, I kind of wanted to get some capital, and
and make my own little place that I could hang out. That's why I chose this bridge, is because we are servicing the bridge. We're offering a service to people, and maybe we can start our own little settlement here. Maybe I can be the leader of that settlement. You never know. You never know what could be. I'm just trying to find my my place here, trying to get it all cool. But heart, I don't know. I'm not going to be that much of a threat. I don't have an arm and an eye. I mean, it's all I'm in pain.
So Clark also has a tag skill in barter, and I think this might qualify Clark to be able to make a decision here and think about if these people might be of any use to us.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. Like, I might, I'll look at the other two rangers and say, you patch him up. We're going to have a team discussion here, and you better hope that it goes well. And I'm going to huddle everyone up here. It's like I see a few options here as representing the Brotherhood of Steel. Certainly, they wouldn't abide people waylaying travelers and charging tolls and stuff. So there's a play where we could take them to Old Nolans and get them locked up. They'd at least have shelter, food, drink. It wouldn't be nearly as bad as having to live out here. We could let them go on their merry way. They could continue doing this, or they might starve to death and die. Or we could take the risk and, send them to Rising Sun and have ourselves some workers, put them to work. And if really all they're looking for is, a place to lay their head, some food and some water, we might be able to offer that and get some free labor out of it. But, some of these are more labor intensive than others. So I'll let the group key in here.
At this point, the yellow raider starts to sneak off. So can I have everyone? Well, who's watching these raiders? And I need you to roll a perception check, essentially.
Yeah, since I was the last one to take a shot at the yellow raider and shoot him in the leg, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still keeping an eye because in case he decides to even the odds now that we're out of combat. So I'm watching him.
Do difficulty 0 perception plus sneak.
1 success. 1 failure.
You see that the yellow raider is trying to escape. What do you all do? The other two are not, but the yellow one is. The blue one is still on the ground because he fell.
I'm gonna run up to him and pull out my pistol and point it in his face and just say, "Stop right there, communist scum."
It's effective.
So the yellow raider kind of stops and and puts his hands up and says, I'm getting a drink of water. I'm getting a drink of water. And your pit boy awakens in the red screen and says, "Yes, do it. Kill them." Buck has the yellow raider at gunpoint and the other two are there. You all are still discussing what's going on.
I shout, "Say the word, Lonnie. Give me an excuse. Give me a reason."
Do you hear him? I'll look at the other two like, do you hear him? He's crazy. He'll do it. He'll do it.
Clark still has, I guess, the sword point to Reckless Rick's neck, and he just ever so slightly pushes it in a little bit more, really put the pressure on him.
Reckless Rick is compliant. Reckless Rick is like, I am whatever you say. Jump. I ask how high.
Okay, I think Clark at this point is enough of the shenanigans if the one is trying to sneak off, and he's just going to straight up ask, "Look, do you have any skills at all that are going to be used to us? Otherwise, we can stop dancing around and we'll just end you all right now, you worthless filth."
Who are you asking?
No pressure.
Are you asking them all?
All three of them.
All three of them?
I'll look over. It's like, well, hell, Clark, I could have said that.
Sorry, Mayor.
By the way, Hazel is while this is going on, she's actually gonna go use her first aid skill and patch up Bill's foot, the super mutant who quit.
Bobby, yeah.
Bob.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna patch up Bobby's foot
Pep, maybe you should like go get the car, which is probably still driving.
Pep will go check on Maybelline.
It's going 10 miles an hour that way.
It's still going.
It's just going down the road. The baby's in the passenger seat. It's just going.
Baby father.
I forgot the baby was in the car.
It's
all
moving
chick,
so
chick, chick,
slow.
chick,
It's like
chick,
stuck
chick,
in a
chick,
it's
chick,
stuck in a
chick,
tree,
chick,
and the
chick.
wheels are still rolling, but it's just making more mud. It's like
Where?
stuck there.
Where?
Where? Yeah, you hear that car. Oh, did the baby drive the car? Oh, that's a detail. I'm spending my own luck point and adding that detail to the scene. The baby was driving the car.
How many luck points do you have, DM?
I have an infinite amount of luck
Damn.
points.
That's a lot.
So now I've got the song "Baby Driver" going through my head. Thank you so much for that.
Yes. So you go. I'm gonna have you roll intelligence plus medicine to heal Bobby's foot, if you would.
Okay.
Difficulty 0.
2 successes.
Okay, yeah, you heal Bobby's foot, and Bobby kind of looks at you and says, "Foot no hurt. Thanks."
Good.
Reckless
You're
Rick
welcome.
hears Lonnie's, Clark's request of if anybody has anything good. With his one good eye and his one good arm, he kind of gestures. He says, "These other two, they're worthless. I'm telling you, they are absolutely worthless. They'll have any worth to me. I'm the only one worth anything in this group. I'm an enterprising business individual. I've been trying to run a bunch of different scams. I mean, a bunch of different business dealings with a lot of people. I have a lot of business know-how. You want me to run a business? I know how to do it. I'm a man of capital. I'm a man of gains. I can do anything in that world."
Oh yeah, clap.
I'll look over to
man.
Clark and I'm like, so we can probably scratch off bringing
bully.
him back to camp.
Yeah, Pep is going to shout, immediately do not trust that guy who just sold out his 2 friends.
Yeah, that's a non-starter there. I'll go to the Reckless Rick, whose name I don't know yet. Like, sir, you're free to go.
Reckless Rick says, Are you serious?
Is he still like severely wounded?
Yes, he doesn't have an eye and an arm.
Right,
he
and we
can
haven't
walk.
done any first aid, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Free to
Goodbye.
go. Your friends are staying, but you're free to go.
So Reckless Rick stands up and kind of walks into the woods, and kind of eyes the baby in the car, and kind of mouths like, "What the fuck?" And
The
just
baby's just like, hello.
starts running.
Wow.
All right. Our other 2 raiders here, gather them up. Same question. What marketable skills do you have?
The yellow one, it kind of looks like a deer in headlights, and the blue one that's kind of on the ground, tries to speak, and it's kind of gurgled because fell over on himself, and he's not getting up. He says, we're really good at doing what we're told. We're really good at it. I'm here on the ground. I haven't moved 1 inch. But my other friend here has moved. I'm good at doing what I'm told.
All right. Should I, guys? Should I take care of their wounds for now? I'm not as worried about these guys as one-eyed, one-armed Loki Rick over there.
No, I think
one-armed purple people.
I think the subservient ones might be a.
I gotta ask them one question first. Can I ask these 2 survivors
Yeah,
a
go
question?
absolutely.
Please
As
do.
Minister of Transportation, absolutely.
How do you 2 feel about working for the people who just killed 2 of your friends?
The yellow raider kind of looks at you all and is like, "What is this? A kangaroo court?"
Give me the word, man. Let me at him.
The blue one, it kind of lays on the ground and is kind of like, sure. Listen, I'm not a leader. I'm a follower. I'm here for a good time and not a long time. I am just
Trying to do my best.
Pep's gonna go back to working on Maybelline, but he's gonna turn to Lonnie before he walks away and says, "Just let them both go. We don't need this kind of hassle."
I shot the Hazel. Check them for horns.
Sure, and I'll patch up any holes in them in the process, shall I?
I strongly disagree. Don't patch up these guys.
Yeah,
Don't let them.
No, we're not going
Don't
to
waste our resources on communists.
No, we're not going to waste the resources. Hazel, I do appreciate your efforts. I sincerely do. I don't think these two individuals have what it takes to be a part of Rising Sun, though, and there needs to be repercussions for their actions. And I think that this is fitting. Now, the two of you, I'm not going to waste the time to take you back to Old Islands and have the Brotherhood of Steel process you. I'm also not going to waste the time getting you patched up. You heard what your boss said. He threw you under the proverbial bus as soon as he was able to, and he's only going to do it again. I would highly encourage you that when we let you go, that you find a different direction to travel and not let him influence any of your future decisions, which have led you to this place, right here.
Please roll speech plus charisma, difficulty 2.
I'm not great at this.
I know.
Go, Lonnie, go.
Let's see here.
Give me a reason, please.
I believe in you, Lonnie.
Yep.
You got a couple of communists in front of us here.
I think we might have a additional AP from the pool that I'm gonna borrow here because I roll so bad. I got a success, and because I do want to try to give this an honest try, I'm going to spend a luck point to re-roll one of those. No, it'll just be a success. Sorry.
So the blue one kind of looks at you and is like, "Oh yeah, man, we'll do whatever you want. Like we're listening, we hear you. We're really, listen, whatever you want." And the yellow one kind of looks at you and rolls their eyes and is like, "Whatever, man." You failed that, by the way.
No, that's fine.
Okay,
that's fine.
Just in case.
I think I did an excellent job. Like, cool. So we're all set here. Get the hell out of our way.
All right. So the blue and the yellow raider get up and they leave into the woods in the same direction that Reckless Rick was going.
I think that's a mistake, but Clark will sheath his sword and ask Hazel for some medical attention.
And I look at the woods like, but they promised.
Yeah. I'll learn someday.
I sheath my pistol and I look at my Pip-Boy and I just go, those were definitely communists. No true American would ever go back on his word like that.
Your Pip-Boy
Americans always tell the truth.
Your Pip-Boy turns red and says,
"Yes, good, weak duck. One day you will be strong, duck."
And turns off.
So Hazel's going to go over and see to Clark's injuries.
That's great.
Oh, and while you do that, I'll speak with Bobby. Because maybe he doesn't want to be a janitor at the dome anymore. Maybe he wants to. Hey, Bobby, you looking for work?
Bobby want friend.
You want friend?
Bobby shakes his head in kind of agreement, and Bobby says, "No friend. I quit last job. No good experience. No good friend."
Well, we are currently working on a settlement. We have a potential good friend, Signal, that you could meet there.
Bobby perks his ears at this and says, "Signal?" And he kind of looks at you, he says, "Bobby, no janitor. Bobby, no janitor," and shakes his head at you.
Okay. What does Bobby like to do?
Bobby kind of looks at you and says, Bobby want, friend?
We will have. Our goal is to try to have a lot of people at our settlement. I'm sure you'll get more than one friend.
Bobby kind of looks at you and is kind of amazed at this. And Bobby says,
More than 5, friend?
It's possible.
Bobby looks and says, where?
We have a settlement to the west, and I will point west. It's a bit of a walk, but it's there. We're doing some work. We are attracting people, friends, that will live there and make it grow. And a specimen of your stature would be a wonderful addition.
Bobby looks at you and goes, Bobby like friends. And kind of holds out his big green hand for you to shake it.
I reach in because I've had a super mutant handshake before, and I know I'm going to feel it in the morning, but I reach in and I do it.
When you shake Bobby's hand, it seems you have shaken Signal's hand before, or have just been around Signal's presence in general. Yeah. It's not as aggressive, and it doesn't really hurt or feel any discomfort. You just kind of shake his hand, and Bobby gets off and he says, "Go now."
You can if you want. If you, I don't know how best to give him directions. Like this is,
people can automatically. If for every tile you've explored, like if you recruit a settler, they just go back. We're not going to figure out. You don't need to escort. We're not going to play escort missions.
Video game it. Yeah.
Video game it.
Yep. It's like yeah. Here's how you get to the settlement, and there is a friend there named Signal, and you can tell him that Mayor Lonnie sent you, and there's plenty of Mirelurk to go around.
Bobby looks at you and says, Bobby, no Signal. And Bobby takes his mace and starts yanking metal pieces off of it to reveal the top of a broom. And he takes the broom and puts it on his shoulder and then walks off in the distance. And you all have recruited your first settler.
Hey!
I don't feel like that was how that was going to go.
Yeah. Bobby's a janitor. Bobby is written. He was a janitor at his previous job, and that's what he's good at. He's really good at cleaning stuff.
Yay, I'm excited.
A janitor.
Yes.
We had to clean rats there, so I mean, cleaning has pretty broad terms.
Hazel, you're going to try to heal Clark's wounds, right?
Yeah. Hazel's going to go over to where Clark is, and Clark obviously got kind of beat up in that last battle, especially since he was literally targeted and put on the spot. So she's going to start working on his stab wounds that he has from the jitney and the rest of his individual wounds. But she's also going to ask, hey man, are you okay? Are you all right? That was a lot.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a moment for Clark to kind of let his walls down a little bit and just quietly say to Hazel, honestly, that was a pretty close one. I'm glad y'all were here to back me up.
Well, you're very good at what you do, but I'm glad we were here too. So I'm going to roll right now for the healing.
Yeah, Clark. How serious are your wounds? Like what you had to actually remember, you had 2 extra HP from your well rested. On top of that, so how?
Yes, so I was back just at full health after the well rested. Actually, does that heal to full and then 2 on top of that?
Full to then 2 on top of that.
Oh, I'm at 8 out of 10. So that one thing wouldn't have killed me.
Yeah, so do difficulty 1, intelligence plus medicine.
Okay, so I rolled a success, the 3, and I rolled a 20.
Okay, yeah.
So I succeeded with a...
You did succeed.
And I did succeed, but the 20 is... Whoops.
Yeah, the 20 is a complication, so it's you heal all of Clark's wounds. Oh, okay. But
Not gonna heal great. Like, what is this a complication against me?
I'm assuming it's a complication against me because
Hazel sews herself to Clark on accident.
Oh no!
You suck like that for the next 2 seconds.
That's good. She takes 1 damage.
Clark, where did you end up getting hit?
I was kind of role playing that he got hit in the ribs. Now I don't know where he would have gotten slashed with a machete, but when the car rammed into him, I think that was hitting him right in the ribs.
So Hazel, you go to heal Clark, and you are trying to pay attention to where your needle is, and even though it's at the ribs, now follow me for this ride. You take the needle that's long and you stab it into his heart.
Oh,
man.
And you are worried. And you take it out and you sew him back together.
I accidentally stabbed him in the heart with a needle.
Clark.
Sorry, buddy.
Clark does not feel this and does not react to this.
Great. I'm just bleeding internally.
Well, it's a very small needle, but
it's a heart. It shouldn't have holes in it.
Well, technically,
except for the ones that are already there.
Okay,
right.
Let me add an extra detail. Before you close it up, when you pull the needle back out, you notice that there's no, even though there's a little bit of blood, it tapers off a little bit and heals very fast, weirdly fast. And
right, it coagulates instantly. It's not normal.
It's not normal. But you did pierce Clark's heart, and he's back to full health because after that you patched him up. Do you say anything to Clark about this medical thing that just happened? It's crazy.
Okay, so in Hazel's mindset, this is not normal. She's still learning a lot of stuff, but as far as a normal human body goes, she knows this is not normal. However, she is also aware that there's some variations on the human form that react differently when they're being healed. Is this similar to something she's run across for a technically non-human in the past?
No.
Okay, so she's not going to say anything yet, mostly because she doesn't want to freak him out.
Yeah.
But she's going to make a mental note of it, and she's going to be paying a little bit more attention to observe and try and deduce what's actually going on here. But for now, the fact that he's totally healed is the important part.
Yes, he is healed. Very strangely, he is healed.
Since Clark doesn't know about the heart thing, when Hazel finishes up, he'll turn to her and say, "Thanks. Here, one of the raiders gave me this magazine. Seemed like you like to read a lot. Why don't you take it?"
I love something new to read. This is amazing. Thank you. I'm going to reread it 15 or 20 times, and then when you want it back, just let me know, okay?
Clark will just laugh and say, "All right, well, why don't you just tell me if there's anything interesting, okay?"
I will be sure to let you know when anything noteworthy pops up.